days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. Welcome to the 49ers vs. Rams NFC Championship game preview show, Alex.
Oh boy, Ant. Does that sound glorious or what, Cutback crew? It's a grip. Ant, we got an NFC Championship game preview show coming at your faces right now, Cutback crew and the faithful, with a lot of twists, a lot of turns, some bold predictions, some key matchups, and obviously some score predictions towards the end of this thing. But I mean, this is an absolutely incredible opportunity for the 49ers, an opportunity that a lot of people didn't think they were going to have. The way the season started, what you've gone through in order to get to this point now, and now you have a team you're extremely familiar with, a team that you've beaten 6 straight times, and you're looking to do it one more time, a 7th straight win against this team. But there's no way the 49ers are thinking of it that way. We talked about this earlier in the week on our how the Niners went 6-0 during the stretch against the Rams. At this point, you're not worried about 6 straight wins. You're worried about 1 win. You're worried about going 1-0 versus the Rams this week, 1-0 versus the Rams in this playoff matchup, and getting yourself to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all you're thinking about is getting to the Super Bowl. You're thinking about the task at hand, beating the opponent that's in front of you, and all the obstacles that they're going to present. And they're a good football team, so this is not going to be easy. But it's a familiar football team, so you know what you're going to get out of them. There shouldn't be a lot of surprises in this game. It's one of those things where it's going to be who can go out there and execute at the highest level, who can limit turnovers, and who can limit penalties. That's going to be the team that wins the game. And, of course, we know that there are some secrets along the way that help the 49ers, because we went into this earlier in the week, with some of the things that we've talked about with the run game. And we know that if the 49ers run the ball 30 times, they have a good chance to win. If they run it 40 times, they're going to win. I mean, that's how easy it is. Problem is, getting 40 carries is not easy. You have to be able to do a lot of things along the way. You have to convert in certain situations. So the 49ers are going to have to get that done. But I'm excited to talk about this game because you do have some cool matchups along the way. You have some places where the 49ers match up well against the Rams, some places where the Rams match up well against the 49ers. This is not as clear-cut as a lot of people may think. I think this is going to be a close one, Alex, and I'm really excited to get into all of it.
Correct, Ant. I mean, this is a huge game. It's 2 teams that know each other very well. And like you said, some areas where the Niners thrive against this team, some areas where the Rams thrive against this team, and areas where both teams struggle. And you're going to have that. You're going to have that in a situation in which you have 2 coaches that are extremely familiar with one another, 2 coaches who really know what the other one wants to do. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out, how this plays out. But you and I both know one thing, and that's not just the 40 carries, Ant. 40 carry number is nice. But also Deebo Samuel, when he carries the ball over 5 times, the Niners haven't lost a game yet this season. So it's all about getting Deebo the right carries. Because you and I would not say it's all about just handing the Deebo the ball 5 times. No, it's not that. It's about the 5 touches that he gets, or the 6 touches that he gets. And I think you and I both know he's going to get a lot more than 5 or 6 carries in this football game. But whatever carries he does get, Kyle is going to put him in the right spots so that they're impactful, meaningful, and potentially gashing runs for the 49ers.
It's pick your poison with Deebo. We've seen Deebo go off for 13 catches for over 130 yards against the Rams.
True.
And you've seen him have explosive plays in the run game, like in Week 18. So what are you going to get out of Deebo? What you're going to get is a Herculean performance. He's going to go out there and he's going to take on the whole world. He's going to take on the whole team. He's going to set the attitude for the 49ers. And that's why the Rams defense is going to have to be aware of where he is at all times. Where's 19 going? Where's 19 moving? Kyle Shanahan is going to move him all over the place. He's going to keep these guys' eyes moving, whether that's him moving in motion, him going with the adjustments and changing different formation sets, putting him in the slot, putting him outside, putting him in the backfield. All these things keep the Rams guessing at where he is. Where's Waldo? We don't know where he's at. We got to find him. Where's Deebo? Because if you locate him, then you have an idea of how to stop it. The problem is, then all of a sudden it's pre-snap motion. So he's going to get everyone's eyes on him. The window dressing is real, and that's part of the impact of Deebo Samuel. It's not always just the times he has the ball in his hands, but also the times and the things that he's doing with the ball out of his hands. That's what frees up Brandon Ayuk to get the coverage that he's getting, or George Kittle to get the coverage he's getting. Not to mention, just to give Elijah Mitchell maybe a little glimpse of a little bit of a hole that he can get through, and we've seen what he can do with it.
True.
So that's part of the game. It's not always impacting the game when you have the ball in your hands, but also impacting it when you don't.
The mental aspect of the game, getting teams to overthink, getting an opponent to overthink before you've even taken a stat, before you've even shown what your actual hand is and what cards you're playing on this specific play. Yeah, you're 100% right there, and it's a huge aspect of this game. That's why Kyle Shanahan's run game has been so dynamic. That's part of the reason. In 2019, it was slightly different. You had a three-man tandem. You did it in a lot of different ways, and then Raheem Mostert caught fire at the end of the year, and it just became a problem for teams to deal with the speed. He was getting up to second level untouched. Now, similar effect with the run game in terms of the effectiveness. It's just being done in a different way. It's not so much the outside zone as it has been in years past. It's a lot more interior runs that are just beating teams down and bruising teams down. It is bully ball at this point. That's what the Niners have been doing. And this is a potential, another body bag game with these two teams is what you're looking at coming up into this game, in which two teams are going to be beating each other up, and the Niners offensively are going to try and establish control and be physical very early on and come out and set the tone. That's what this team wants to do, and that's what they have done. Elijah Mitchell is a big part of that. Kittle, a big part of that. The O-line, a big part of that, Ant. And actually, that's an area where a lot of Rams fans feel, hey, we have an advantage. We got Aaron freaking Donald, and you're right. Against most teams, this is a huge advantage. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, those three, especially when Sebastian Joseph Day was healthy. When he was healthy and out there with that group, that's a nice front four you have there. A lot of speed, a lot of power. Two extremely talented guys in Aaron Donald and Von Miller and what they add to your group. But for some reason, when Aaron Donald plays against the San Francisco 49ers, it just doesn't have the same impact. His impact on the football game, it is felt. Don't get me wrong. It is 100% still felt. But it's not the same as when we see him playing against other teams where he's throwing interior linemen like when he was playing the Cowboys a couple seasons ago. It's not that. And Daniel Brunskill is a guy that 49ers fans have questioned consistently throughout his tenure. Is he that guy? Can he be that guy? Oh, God, he's got Aaron Donald. He's going to get exposed. And every single time, he answers the call. This is something that has been hard to explain. At some point in time, you just have to accept it. You said this earlier in the week. It's no longer a fluke. This isn't a fluke sort of situation. This is just the reality. Daniel Brunskill plays really well. And last time they played, Aaron Donald didn't line up on Daniel Brunskill. He was lining up over Laken Tomlinson. And this is why this is my key matchup this week. My key matchup offensively is the straight OGs, the guards, Brunskill and Tomlinson against Aaron Donald. Because you don't necessarily know if you're going to get Aaron Donald over Daniel Brunskill because they won't do it. They didn't do it last time in Week 18.
Yeah.
They put him over Lincoln and he found a way to have some success. So whoever it is, if it's Tomlinson, if it's Brunskill, if they decide to throw him up over Compton because they think, you know what, we did it last week against the Bucs, we'll do it again and put him outside, maybe. But look, I think the Niners are going to scheme this up in a big way, and I don't think it matters where you move Aaron Donald. It just matters about locating him, knowing what he's doing, where he's going to be, and then your guys winning enough. They don't have to win huge. They just have to do enough to make sure he's not the guy disrupting and destroying, the run game or destroying play action passes.
Yeah, one of the ways that you stop Aaron Donald is by, kind of keeping him off balance. You keep him off balance by, number one, getting the run game going. If you can get the run game going, then these guys are playing differently because these offensive linemen are able to get downhill after. That's number one. Number two, you want him to not feel comfortable who's going to block him on every single play. If you're just running outside zone, he knows, okay, I got to work across this guy's face, get penetration, make a tackle. But when you have to worry about somebody coming back and kicking you out where it looks like his zone, but all of a sudden here comes George Kittle on a wham block, it kind of changes your thought process. You got to locate where guys are. You got the movement before the play that you got to locate where, and maybe another guy's coming in motion. You're looking for tight ends. You're looking for fullbacks. All of this stuff plays into it, all the while wondering if you're just going to get double teamed. So Aaron Donald doesn't feel comfortable. The situations the 49ers have to stay out of is the ones that they're in third and long. Because those are the situations where Aaron Donald and these guys on the outside, whether it's Floyd or Von Miller, can get after you. That's when they can really have a lot of skills and techniques that can get after these tackles, and that's not what we want. Of course, we know we got one guy that's going to be fine on the edge, but Tom Compton's the guy they'll go after. But it's also about tendency, Alex. Tendencies for these teams is going to be important because you have to be able to break tendency. When these guys know what you're going to do, and one of them is so clear, you brought it up about the Speedo concept, where Johnny Dell broke down the fact that the 49ers ran the Speedo concept and the Rams were jumping on it. And then the 49ers broke tendency, and they ran the same look. Looked like the Speedo concept, yet both receivers broke it off. And you've seen four guys go with Deebo Samuel, no one with Brandon Ayuk, and he catches the ball. Breaking tendency is going to be key in this football game. So right when you think Kyle Shanahan is going to do something, he needs to do something he's never done before. Keep these guys guessing, keep them off balance, and that will keep this defensive line at bay. Now, as far as my offensive key matchup, it's going to be the 49ers offense against third down. And it's B a G on money downs. Money down is third down. And when it comes down to it, this 49ers team is going to try to run the football. They're going to run the football on first down, a lot of times on second down. They're going to want to make these third and manageable situations. Jimmy G has to come through. This 49ers offense has to come through on third down. I said be a G because that's Jimmy, right? He can be that G and convert on third downs. And if he converts it at a high level, the 49ers have a really good chance to win because it keeps drives going. It lets you get back into your run game, eats up more time, tires out Aaron Donald and the Von Miller in this defense, and puts stress on McVay to know that he doesn't have as many possessions. He's got to take some chances. Matthew Stafford's going to be sitting over there for 10, 15 minutes wondering, when am I going to get my chance? I need to make a big play to Odell when I get out there. I need to get to Cooper Kupp. They start stressing. But it's all about converting on third. If the 49ers can't convert on third down and drives stop, then the run game is going to be limited. And you can't have it limited because you know your whole goal is to run this ball 35 to 40 times in the football game. Because you know if you hit 35 to 40, you're going to win. So that's the target of it. But it's gonna need a lot of help from his skilled players as well. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and Jawan Jennings have to make those clutch catches. And when it gets to 3rd and 1, you want to run the football, you have to convert. Make sure you get it done. If you do, and you have a high rate, if you're anywhere at 45 to 50% on third down, you have a good chance to win the game.
Really easy to convert on third downs, too, when it's 3rd and short. It's a lot easier to get that thing done.
It helps.
You know that's right, Ant. You know that is right. So, look, it's going to be very interesting to see what the offense does. It's going to be stressful as a fan because you want this team to have success. You want this team to get it done. And, you know, there's times the Niners offense doesn't necessarily always play the cleanest type of game or the most consistent type of football. But look, it's not about hitting on every single possession in this game. It's really not. It's about extending more possessions and more drives than you are necessarily converting on all of them. And if you convert on enough of them, you get yourself out to a big lead, especially with the way the defense has been playing as of late, which has been absolutely phenomenal. What you just did to Green Bay and this Green Bay Packers team, what you did to the Cowboys before that, the comeback against this Rams team in which they put up 17 early points and then only scored 7 the rest of the way on the way to a big win. Those types of performances late in the season are the types of performances that make it a little bit easier on your offense when you're struggling. Make it so that, you know what, hey, we don't need to be perfect. We just got to do enough. We got to take care of the football. We got to be able to run the football. We got to be able to move the chains, get our defense a break at times so they can keep playing at this level. Because if the Niners can continue to win the time of possession like they have been doing and continue to stay on the field and extend drives, then even if they don't play an A-plus game from the offense, you're going to give your defense all the energy and momentum and confidence they need to continue playing at the level that they've played at.
Yeah, it's complementary football. You know, sometimes it's about field position. Other times it's about, you know, making sure you get points when you have the opportunity. Converting after turnovers. All those things are important. You have to make sure you play complementary football. One of those ways is just keeping your defense off the field. And when you can convert on third down, when you can move the sticks with the run game, you do keep your defense off the field. That means Bosa, Armstead, you know, and these guys are feeling healthy and ready to roll out there and get Matthew Stafford, who we know Matthew Stafford struggles when he gets pressure in his face. 63% when he gets pressure in his face. Not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo, who's over 70. If you bring a blitz against him, he's very good at it. He has like a passer rating of like 109. He does a really good job. But if that pressure gets to him, that's where the struggle is. 49ers don't pressure a lot with a blitz. 19% of the snaps, they bring the blitz. So this is going to be one of those things where, yeah, they need to get after him with the front four, but it's all complementary football. One of the things that the Rams have to do is be able to convert on third down. That's why my defensive key matchup, it mirrors the 49ers key matchup. Shocking, is the Rams offense against third down. And it's mo money, mo problems. The Rams had a lot of third down situations. We have to make sure they have mo problems on those situations. They can have a lot of third downs, and they can make sure they don't get off the field on those third downs. In the Week 18 matchup, they did really good in the first half. I mean, they took care of business, and then in the second half, they really struggled, going 3 of 7. That's when you go 7 of 10 in the first half, and then you go 3 of 7 in the second half. That's how you change games. And the 49ers can get off the field on third down, then they're going to have more opportunities to wear down the Rams defense to keep that Stafford and that offense off the field. I think that's a big key in this football game. It's not a very difficult formula to figure out. You convert on, you run the ball, you convert on third down yourself, and then you stop the other team. You force them into third down situations, hopefully third and longs, and then you get off the field. And the thing is, McVay is going to have to deal with himself, because in the last matchup, he stuck with the run. Even though it was only netting him a couple of yards a carry, he just stuck with it. And, I tip my hat to him. He really wanted to make sure he established the run game and even the intent, right? Make him stay honest and believe it. The problem was when it wasn't working, he didn't go away from it. Is he going to go away from it early? I think he will. I think if he sees this run game struggling, at some point in the second quarter, he's going to go away from it and go all pass. When he does that, he becomes one-dimensional. When he becomes one-dimensional, especially if we have a healthy, refreshed defensive line, they're going to be able to get after him. We talked about this early in the week. 2.2 seconds it takes the 49ers to get to Matthew Stafford. The average quarterback releases the ball in 2.3 seconds, which means net gain 49ers. And if they can get after Matthew Stafford, they can force him to have problems. He's under pressure. It's turnover time. So I think this is the key to the game.
It is, man. It is. It's the biggest key to the game, and my key matchup actually feeds off of this and what you just said. That money down situation. And part of it starts with that D line. That front starts with your linebacking core, your front seven, being able to slow down that run game. Because I do agree with you, Ant. I think if they are able to slow this run game down and almost bring it to a grinding halt, which is what happened in the Week 18 game, is what just happened last week against the Buccaneers as well.
Yep.
2 yards a carry is not ideal numbers, especially when you don't rush for 100 yards. It wasn't like it was 30 carry. It wasn't like it was 50 carries for 100 yards and you go, yeah, we still got 100 though, suck it. No, it was like 24 carries for like 40 yards. It was not a good rushing number for them. I think he's going to abandon it. I think he'll get away from it. I think he'll still go to him in key situations. I don't think he's lost faith in Cam Akers or his run game, but he won't try and pound it like he did this last time. And the minute you do that, you become one-dimensional. The minute you become one-dimensional, now it's time for my key matchup. It's time for DeMeco Ryans to do DeMeco things against Sean McVay in this offense, and really turn up the intensity. Not the blitzes, not things of that nature. Calling the timely blitzes like DeMeco has done has worked wonders for the 49ers. Getting after with your front four has worked wonder for the 49ers. But dialing up the disguises, really getting Matthew Stafford on his heels, really getting him confoozled. What is happening? What is going on? I saw this. I'm seeing this. I don't know where to go with the ball. I don't want to go here. I'm going to hold on to that thing. And the more Matthew Stafford holds on to the football, the easier it is for the pass rush to get after it. And the more McVay gets away from the run game, the easier it is for your DNs, your D-line, and everyone to pin their ears back and just go. Don't think. Go. You know they're throwing. Go get this man. Go hit him. Bring him down. Get sacks. If you can do that early in this game, stop the run with your front seven, you're going to have a lot of problems. I don't think, last time in the Week 18 matchup, you and I both saw, Rams come out, heavy sets, extra linemen on the field. I don't expect that this time. I don't expect them to come out there with more linemen. Do you?
No, I don't, but I hope they do. Because it wasn't successful. It didn't work. And the 49ers were able to stop the run game with 7 guys in the box even when they did it. That's got to be a huge slap in the face to that offensive line and and those players there. You're right, though. I mean, they do need to make sure that they confuse him. And DeMeco Ryans, that's what he does. He confused Aaron Rodgers. He had Aaron Rodgers sitting there, even when Rodgers had open receivers. When you're confused, it doesn't mean you can find the open receivers.
You may know what your concepts are. You may know where everyone's supposed to be, but you think you see something early, right?
Yeah.
And so you go there. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. 3 seconds in. Normally, my internal clock is starting to get to that point where, hey, I need to get rid of the football. And the thing I thought I saw, I don't see anymore. So now it becomes a panic mode. Where's the rush? Is it here? Yep. Where's it coming from? Do I need to scramble? Should I step up? Do I need to get out of the pocket? Where are my other routes? Yeah. It's all happening at once in a split second. That's not easy.
No, and what's tough is you said 1, 2, 3. By the time you got to 3, you were already hit.
That's true.
That's the problem with the 49ers defense and what Matthew Stafford has to deal with. And that's the thing. If you can confuse him even for a split second, if he's even tricked for a second of what he sees, he's going to get hit. The 49ers defensive line has been on target. Over 70 hurries in the last 3 weeks and 15 sacks. This team is getting after the quarterback at a high level. Now, they have to duplicate that performance.
Correct.
If they're not able to duplicate that performance, Matthew Stafford's going to, find a way to pick them apart.
Carve us up.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. So, I mean, he can take advantage of it. But that is the key to the 49ers getting after it. And if they do, I mean, that's the problem with them. If you get after the quarterback and he's not able to convert on third down, and they're getting after him at the clip, that we're talking about, DeMeco's able to disguise the coverages. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them. And part of it is they just can't establish that run game. The Rams don't have the run game like they used to. And part of the reason that the Rams were so successful in 2017, 2018 was they had a run game that was really rough. Todd Gurley could get after you. And that's gone. And so now there's so much emphasis on the offense of pass game. And yeah, they're good. They're really good. And you would look at the 49ers and you would think, oh, well, their secondary is not that good. That's where we take advantage of. The problem is that it's somewhat neutralized with a defensive line that plays the way they do, but also linebackers that can erase people. A free safety like Jimmy Ward that is not afraid to go up and play Cooper Kupp one-on-one. Those types of things in matchups make it harder for the Los Angeles Rams to score points against the 49ers.
In the first matchup of the year, a couple big plays and big opportunities for the Rams did not go their way. And because those things didn't go their way, you had a blowout from the Niners on top of them dominating in the run game. Second time around, Niners, they dominated in the run game. I think we can all say that, especially in the second half. Second half run was fantastic from the 49ers. But those plays that didn't go the Rams' way went their way in the second game. The big catch down the sideline from Cooper Kupp is one of them with Jimmy Ward all over.
The one over his shoulder, yeah.
One over his shoulder. Jimmy Ward was all over that route.
All over it.
Great throw, great catch, goes your way. It continues the drive. You're able to put some points up on the board. Aubrey Thomas being all over Tyler Higbee on the touchdown catch in the first half. He was in there. He was in the right spot to make the play. Higbee just makes the play. Those plays didn't happen the first time around. There was drops. There was a miscue on a screen that led to a pick six. Those things didn't happen. Even when those things did go right in the way of the Rams in Week 18, it still didn't matter. For the Rams, you have to make those plays, because if you don't, you may find yourself in a position where you are down big early, and you're the ones trying to play catch-up. And the last time you tried to play catch-up against the Niners, it didn't go your way. The Rams understand they have to make those plays, and the Niners need to know you need to put them in those positions where they feel that pressure and know, hey, this is their moment, and then we try and take away the big play and take away the thing they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at some point doubt starts creeping into the Rams' mind. Because when a team comes back from you and you were up 17-0, it does put some doubt in your mind. So you only have to get into a circumstance where you're playing a little bit ahead of them. And they're like, wait a second. Can we do this? Can we beat this team? And you have Matthew Stafford, who's not, doesn't have a lot of experience in the playoffs, especially the NFC Championship game. He has none, in fact. Jimmy G's the one that has the experience playing in this type of game. I would normally say take the pressure off of the Los Angeles Rams quarterback by running the football. They don't do that well. So there's going to be all the pressure on Matthew Stafford. It's all on him. He's going to have to make the plays. He's got the skilled players on the outside to get it done. They got to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to him, which aren't very many, because this defense has been locked down. You're right. DeMeco Ryans has been scheming it up all year, doing DeMeco Ryans things. At this point, it should just be a moniker, because he just does it every single time. Seems like he always finds a way to limit somebody. Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers. He made them look like average quarterbacks. The last 3 weeks, including Matthew Stafford, they have held the quarterbacks under 230 yards passing. That is unheard of in today's NFL. They're getting after it in a big way, and if they do it against Matthew Stafford again, you're going to see those sack numbers go up, and you're going to see the 49ers walk away with the win.
Very well could be the case, Ant. But you know what else could help big wins, Ant?
I have an idea.
What would it be?
Probably going to be very bold.
Oh, is it going to be super bold?
Yeah, really bold.
Oh, wow, really bold. Whoa. Look, folks, Cutback Crew, TCC. Bold predictions come true, and when they come true around here, the Niners tend to win football games. Could be looking at a big 49ers win in a Super Bowl appearance. So let's get to them. Let's lay them out there. Let's put them out there into the ether. It's time for Wow, That's Bold.
Wow, that's really bold. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa, Ant.
Really bold. Whoa.
Super bold. Whoa, it is Wow, That's Bold time.
Yep.
Jay Hill had a big birthday earlier this week, so happy birthday to
Happy
Jay
birthday.
Hill.
Yeah, Jay Hill. Happy birthday, number 48.
I was just saying, he's not 50?
No, it's 48. We're
Okay.
a couple more years, and then he'll be in the 50 spot.
Over the hill, man.
2024 for him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Feels like he's not 50 at all.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Anyway, Wow, That's Bold prediction times, where we make bold predictions about this game, 49ers at Rams, and hope that they come true. And when they do, Niners tend to win football games. Last week, both of us hit on some Wow, That's Bold predictions. I think you hit on both of yours, didn't you? Your defense and your special teams bold predictions.
Yeah, I hit on defense and special teams last week.
I just hit on my defense, but this man hit on two of them. That is absolutely incredible, Ant. And look, this week is no different. Wow, That's Bold. 49ers offense. Been struggling a little bit, Ant. Hasn't been doing as well as people wanted to do. What's going to happen this week offensively? What's your Wow, That's Bold prediction for the offense?
My offensive one is going to be around the run game, of course. Yep. But it might surprise some people with the numbers that I'm going to throw out there.
Okay.
Is I believe the 49ers are going to have 2 100-yard rushers in this game. I believe Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel are both going to have 100 yards rushing. The 49ers are going to put up over 200 yards rushing in this game. Got to go bold.
Wow, that's really bold.
think-
Are you calling a deja vu to the 2019 NFC Championship
Yeah, I
game?
am. And I think Deebo's going to have a long run in this game. I don't know if he'll score on it, but I think he's going to have a big play that he breaks out. And that's going to be one of the reasons he gets a lot of chunk yards in that.
Ooh, daddy, that is incredible, Ant. That is absolutely incredible. And you know what? I can feed right off of that.
Okay.
I truly can, because if the Niners are going to have 200-yard rushers, and that means there's going to be a lot of guys in the box. I mean, the Rams are going to be clamoring, trying everything they can, literally throwing the kitchen sink at the run game, and the 49ers get to stop. It means you're going to have a situation where Jalen Ramsey is going to be isolated one-on-one with George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk is going to have his moment. And you know what, Ant? He's going to have more than one moment. He's going to have 9 receptions.
Ooh, I like it.
9 big receptions for 110 yards and a tutty. Book it, folks. 110 and a tutty on 9 catches for Brandon Ayuk. I think this is his coming out party. I think this is the moment where Kyle turns to him and goes, look, my guy, we drafted you to be our Devontae Adams. Go be our Devontae Adams. And when he gets his one-on-one situations, he's going to win. Jimmy's going to find him a guy that he has a quarterback rating targeting of 107 and not a single interception when targeting Brandon Ayuk. 9 different times for 110 yards. Book it, folks.
Yeah, I
Book
think
it.
I think that's a possibility. And what I was referring to earlier about the shot down the field, I think he's going to hit the double move, and he's going to get down there, and they're going to have the 2 safeties in the center of the field, running the cover 1 robber, and I think Jimmy's going to take his shot, and Brandon's going to be so wide open, he's going to catch it, and then he's going to redeem himself for what happened in Dallas, where Jimmy missed him, and I think he's going to get a touchdown. Yeah, I think that could definitely happen. So yeah, I could see that happening big time. I've already schemed that up in my head.
Hey, Ant, if you're seeing it, that's almost guaranteed at this point.
Well, Kyle Shanahan's probably seen it if I've seen it. Yeah, exactly.
Kyle Shanahan licking his chops, and he's getting excited. But on the defensive side of the ball, it's getting hard now. It's getting hard to hit. Wow, that's bold predictions defensively, because we keep putting out numbers, and the Niners just keep hitting the last few weeks. That's what it feels like. But look, I'm going to start this thing off. Last week I said 5.5 sacks for the 49ers. They got 5. Okay. Oh, actually, excuse me. I said 4 sacks for the 49ers. They got 5.
4,
My
yeah.
apologies. So they hit over my wow, that's bold prediction against a very talented Packers offensive line. I mean, we can all agree on that. The O-line that you were playing this weekend is not that O-line. It's not the Cowboys O-line. This is an O-line with a lot of interior weakness that the Niners are going to be able to exploit, and I think they do. I think they exploit it in a huge, huge way with 6.5 sacks and holding the Rams under 65 yards rushing on the day, getting after Matthew Stafford, completely shutting down the run game in every way that they can, and making it be all on the arm, legs, shoulders of Matthew Stafford. You're going to have to throw for 400 yards. You're going to have to throw a bunch of touchdowns. You're not going to be able to make any mistakes, and you're going to be doing all of that with pressure mounting in your face constantly.
I like that, because I think the Rams are gonna have under 50 yards rushing.
Ooh!
I think you're on the right track there. I really do. I think the 49ers defense is going to shut them down in that way.
Okay.
And yeah, my defensive Wild That's Bolts came pretty close. They were actually true. And I almost hit on Aaron Rodgers' exact yardage. I was off by 1 yard.
You really were.
I predicted 195. He got 196. So yeah, I think that, right, this week is a little bit different. It's a little bit different of a game. But I'm going back to third down efficiency. It was my key matchup in this game. I've hit on the third down efficiencies both times I've done it.
True.
I'm hoping I hit again, because if I do, the 49ers are going to win this football game. But I got the Rams being held under 40% on third down at 39% conversion rate on third down, and the 49ers are able to get off the field more than enough to be able to win the game.
I like that one, Ant. I truly, truly do. If the Niners can do that, you hold them under that 4 mark, right? That's 4 out of 10. That means they'd be getting it 3 out of every 10 times, somewhere in the middle between there, obviously. You have a great situation for the 49ers. That's a huge situation for the 49ers. That means 70% of possessions you're getting back, or close to 70% of possessions you're getting back. If you're getting those possessions back, you don't have to hit on all of them, but if you can hit on 50% of the possessions that you get back from the Rams and score some points, or at least keep them off the football field, you're talking about money for the 49ers.
Well, and what's scary is the fact that I believe they're going to run the ball the way they are. It's going to limit the amount of possessions that they have. They might get lucky to get 10 possessions. You never know. So I think it's one of those things where, yeah, you're going to have to convert on those opportunities. And I believe, the way that it happened in the second half, where they got held to 3 of 7, it definitely changed the game, and it gave the Niners the opportunity to come back. The Niners can do that for the entire game. They have a really good chance of, having a big impact and Maybe even pulling away from the Rams. Who knows?
We're gonna see, Ant. We're gonna see. It's gonna be a tough game, but if your Wild That's Bolds come true, if our Wild That's Bolds come true, it becomes a lot easier of a game for the San Francisco 49ers, and that's always the intention, right?
Just a lot easier.
Just a lot easier. That's always the intention with Wild That's Bold. If they come true, then the Niners win in a blowout and everyone feels great, and it's like, wow, those guys were right on with their bold takes. And it's like, yeah, and see what happens when the Niners play 4 quarters of great football. You just kill everybody.
I do have a special teams one as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is only the 3rd time I've done special teams.
And guess 2 for 2.
I'm 2 for 2 with special teams. And I have a lot of respect for the Rams special teams. I think they're really good.
Phenomenal. Especially punt return.
Yes. Which is going to be funny because I believe on punt return, Powell is going to fumble the football. I think we're going to get a fumble from Powell, and the 49ers get a big turnover in this football game, and Richie Hightower is vindicated again, as it's a big part of the game.
And if this happens, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. If he fumbles or starts botching punts, I am literally going to text you something. I don't know what yet. Something. Yeah. I got a lot of time to find some gifts.
And you know how much I respect Powell, and I've been talking him up.
You've been talking him up huge. Yeah. I mean, you've been talking him up huge.
It's coming.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. I mean, God, I hope that happens. Please let that happen. If Powell implodes and the special team punt return implodes for the Rams, I mean, we're in business.
Yeah.
We're in business. That's you dominating and controlling 3 phases of the game. Let's hope the Niners just kick the ball out of the end zone, too, on kickoffs, huh?
That would help.
That would help. Put the pressure on him, right? He's feeling like, I'm not even getting return. I'm not returning. And then he tries to do a little too much on a punt return.
That's part of the reason. I think the 49ers are going to be ahead in the football game. And I think some of those guys are going to start putting pressure on themselves to make a play. And he's going to allow the ball to get a little bit away from his body. And somebody's going to punch it out.
Is Josh Norman going to be the one who punches it out?
No, I'm not going to go that bold. I don't think it's going to be him.
Fair answer.
You know who I hope it is? River Craycraft. He missed his moment last week. Let's give it to Craycraft. No, if I had to guess, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it would be either Sherfield or Flanagan Fowles. Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah. Either one of those are entirely possible, and we'll see what happens. And while that's Bold's in the books, the Cutback crew is hopefully leaving there. While that's Bold predictions down below, and if you aren't, you should be doing that right now. And then after you do that, also hit the like button as well and help the algorithm and pump the video out to the rest of the faithful. But now, and it comes time for the biggest moment that matters most. 49ers, Rams, SoFi Stadium, hoping for a huge 65% plus 49ers fan takeover. So it's nothing like the Madden Sim this morning where it was a sea of blue and it's just a sea of red. And are the 49ers going to actually come out with a win this Sunday at SoFi against this team and get to a Super Bowl? What are your thoughts on this?
First off, spoiler alert, I'm going to pick the 49ers to win.
Stunned. I am stunned.
Yeah. After watching film and all this, I've been kind of working myself towards an opinion of how this game is going to go. And I think that, looking at it on paper, the Rams have a very good football team. The Niners have a very good football team. And I just think that looking at some of the things that I've looked at, I think the 49ers are going to handle the Rams in this. I really do. I think they're going to get after them in a big way. I think they're going to get up early. They're going to establish this run game. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get out rhythm throws, and his receivers are going to be able to make big plays with yak yardage. I think the Rams are going to struggle on 3rd down, and the 49ers are going to be, above 50% on 3rd down. And all those things are going to play into the fact that I think the 49ers not only get up on the Rams, but actually take care of business in a big way, 34-20.
34-20, and that is a nice win for the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. I like that number. That number is absolutely glorious. And I think the Niners are going to get up early too. And I don't know if they necessarily run away with this thing, but I do think they're going to get the run game established early. I do think Kyle's going to be able to keep them off balance with some RPOs and some play action stuff early and really prevent them from committing too many guys to the box, but still enough that the Niners are going to be able to scheme it up and be able to get the yardage they need and have a couple of gashing runs, couple big run after catches after some big plays from a couple different guys. And they're going to be able to go down the field and put up 14 easy points. 14 quick points anyway. Rams finally come down and score. Niners are going to be able to go down the field and keep that lead fairly comfortable. And the Rams are going to score some late touchdowns in this game and get this thing close to a score. It's still going to be 2 scores, but it's going to be really close to a score. And the Niners are going to have the possession with about, it's like 6 minutes left. And you have an opportunity to just eat some clock and at least get a field goal. And then you're going to have it. You're going to have Brandon Ayuk's big moment with a big catch, big play, and a big touchdown for the 49ers. And it's going to basically ice this thing away and seal it away. And the 49ers are going to win this game 28-17 over this Rams football team. I really believe this team can get it done. I really believe this team is going to be able to punch this thing through and get to the Super Bowl. Get yourself back after the 2020 campaign and everything that happened there, after the heartbreak in 2019, and give yourself an opportunity to get that taste out of your mouth from 2019.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's just going to be opportunities for the 49ers. And I think the 49ers offense, it's kind of been overlooked a little bit. I mean, they had a good start to the game against Dallas. And then they struggled a little bit. And some of it was the way they changed the game plan and the way they went after to try to limit the amount of possessions that Dallas was going to have, which is a smart plan because Dallas couldn't do anything on offense. And then against Green Bay, you're dealing with the weather. I mean, and the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo goes 8 of 10 for 88 yards in that fourth quarter in those frigid temperatures, and Aaron Rodgers is struggling more than him with only 55 yards at 8 of 13. I think that it goes to show not only that this 49ers offense can come through, but I think they need to. I think psychologically they need to come through in this game. I don't think it would bug these guys if they didn't, but I think that it would be a big uplifting experience if they did. And I think they're due. And I think they're due for a big time game. And I think this is when all the pieces come together, where the run game sets up the pass game, and that yak yardage really impacts this game. I think the Rams start feeling themselves in a complete stretch. What did we cover you horizontally? Did we cover you vertically? I think this is going to be one of those games where it's like, you know what? The Rams are a good football team, but the 49ers are just better. They're built different. They go ahead and handle business. But the Rams are a good team, and the Rams can definitely make something out of this. It's just the way I see it on film right now. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen? I want it to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want. I want to enjoy tacos. That's what I want. I want to enjoy tacos.
I will be enjoying tacos.
You will be enjoying tacos.
There's a guarantee.
If the Niners get up big at half, I will be going to grab some tacos.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Nice. I like
for
that.
calling it.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chess Master.
Hopefully I'm right.
I hope
there's no guarantees. There's definitely no guarantees.
Got to go out and execute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality of the situation. The only nice thing is the Niners have been really good at halftime adjustments. So if you do get up in a big way early, D'Amico Ryans and Kyle Shanahan have both showed that they are really good at adjusting after half and taking whatever it is you were doing well and doing it better, and whatever it is you're struggling with and fixing it. They have done that consistently all season long. If the Niners have a big lead going into half, I feel very comfortable with that lead. And even if the Rams are leading at halftime, we know that Sean McVay doesn't lose after half unless he's playing Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's not really going to matter who's winning at half. I think it's going to matter who's executing at the right time. I will feel more comfortable if the 49ers are winning. The one thing we'll have to watch is to see how Kyle Shanahan handles being up at halftime.
True.
If he's up, is he just going to completely turn to the run game and not let Jimmy Garoppolo throw the football at all? Or is he going to stick to the kind of the normal game plan that he's been running recently, which is it doesn't matter. He's going to trust and do what he would normally do in those situations. Even though you want to limit the amount of possessions that Matthew Stafford has, you still need to be able to move the football. And I think this is one of those times you don't pull your foot off the gas. You keep rolling with it. And you make sure you put them down because the Rams didn't make sure they put you down in Week 18. You got to make sure you put them down. They're a good football team. They're not just going to die. They're not just going to go away. You're going to have to literally take it from them. And I think that's what Kyle Shanahan will do in this game.
Correct, Ant. That's what you're going to have to do in this game. You're going to have to put this team down and Cutback crew. Let us know what you thought about the game preview show in the comment section down below. You left your bold predictions. Hopefully you put your score predictions down there where we were given ours. And now let us know. What did we miss? Did we leave anything out that we should have covered, that we should have talked about? We want to hear from you. Let us know how you're feeling. And if you're going to the game, let us know as well. Hop over to our Discord as well and drop some pictures from your time at the 49ers Rams game. We want to see it. We want to see this red out at SoFi Stadium. I want to see another 49ers takeover of the Los Angeles Rams home games. Those are always fun experiences, and I want to see them struggling. I want to see them struggling to get their counts going. I want to see them going to a silent count. I want that energy at SoFi for the faithful and for this team because this is an opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. You're blessed as an organization and a franchise when you have these moments and have these chances. Now you need to go take advantage of it.
Yeah, and they can. And they're going to have the fans behind them. If they get out to an early start, these fans are going to get louder than they've ever been before. It's going to build, and then you're going to have to, worry about this wave heading into the Super Bowl. Whoever's waiting for the 49ers, they're that team. I mean, Sean Payton's not wrong when he says the 49ers are kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were last year. They're rolling at the right time. They got the right type of attitude with the right type of skill players, and they just got to go execute. If they execute, there's not a team in this league that can beat them. That's what it comes down to. You run the ball like they run the ball, and you play great defense. You can win any football game that you're in. Of course, special players can make big time plays.
Absolutely.
But special teams can beat. And I'm not meaning special teams unit, but a special team can beat a big time player. So that's what it's going to take, a team effort. The 49ers have the team to do it. They got to take care of the Rams. I think they're going to do it. It's going to be a fun game on Sunday.
We'll see what happens in Cutback Crew. We'll see you for what's good with Jay in the Bay at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and then an all 22 sneak peek of 49ers Rams from Week 18 in Know Your Opponent, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Don't miss out on any of that great content. And until the next one, stay safe.
Remember, the right way
is always the 49ers way.